Hey, here we go. This is review sheet 3 for the midterm. And so first thing is I'm going to give you the answers. So this way you can check your work, and then whatever spot you have trouble with, you're going to fast forward and just watch those parts. So here we go. First question, number 1. The answer is I. Number 2, -4 is less than x less than 5. Number 3 is choice 3. Number 4, -1/3. Number 5 is choice 1. 6, 3 times radical 6 plus 1 over 5. Number 7 is you're going to graph 2 plus 6i. Number 8, your choice 2. Number 9, the answer is 6. X plus 3 over 2. 9/7 is the answer for 11. Number 12, 19.87. 13 is 5. And 14 is choice 1. Alright, so now whatever part you had a problem with, you're just going to fast forward and just watch those parts. So let's start. Alright, number 1. The answer, so let's do I to the 25th. Now there's 2 ways to do it. You could go through the chart. Remember the I1 squared cubed fourth? And it goes I1, the 2 in the middle are negatives. And so what you could do is just count up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 lands here. So this one right here has to be the 25th spot. So that's why the answer is just plain I. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, you could take the exponent 25 divided by 4, and you get 6.25. Now, I don't care about the 6. I care about this 0.25. 0.25 is this first spot. 0.25, this would be 0.5. 0.75, no decimal. So 0.25 lands in this, that's the answer. And finally, the third way would be actually type it in your calculator, except you usually get a bad, something weird. So I caret 25. And we look, and so now look at it. I get -5 e to -13 plus I. Now you need to know this is scientific notation, and it's just a little glitch in the thing. So this is really a 0. So this is 0 plus I. That's why the answer is I. So I don't care how you do it, just make sure you can get it right. Next one, we're going to split up in 2 parts. So it'll be 2x minus 1 less than 9, 2x minus 1 greater than -9. Solve each side. And I'm going to graph this. So it says solve and graph. So I usually always graph it anyway. So -4, +5. This is great. It's a less than, so it's open. And less will be shaded in. So it'll be -4 is less than x less than 5. Number 3, irrational. We're looking for non-perfect squares. Choice 3. Number 4, I need to get rid of the little baby denominators, so I look, my common for this problem would be 3x. I put 3x upstairs, all the numerators. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cancel out. So 3 cancels 3, so top is x. X's cancel, I get -3. oops, x cancels. So I get 9 minus 3x. Back to the bottom. This is the -1 trick. Do not forget, so I put it upstairs, so that's why the answer is -1/3. Some people forget to put the 1 upstairs and they'll have a -3. Just be careful. Number 5. Reflect in the line y equals x. This means inverse, and you switch x and y. So the numbers I'm looking for would be 3, 2, 7, 4. These are the points. 5, -1, and the one that's listed is 5, -1. Number 6 says simplify. Sometimes they'll say rationalize because that's what you're supposed to do. So it's rad 6 plus 1, up and down. And it's nice and easy. So rad 6 is 6, plus rad 6 minus rad 6 cancels out. So I get -1. That's why there's a 5 downstairs. You don't have to distribute the top. I would just leave it so you don't screw it up. That's the answer. So it says, on the set of axes, graphically represents 3 plus 4i and -1 plus 2i. So you're going to graph each one of these. So remember now, this is x is real. So you go over 3, up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I draw an arrow because it's a vector. That is over 3, up 4i. Back 1, up 2. So this vector here is 3 plus 4i, and you got to label your stuff. -1 plus 2i. Now, what they want you to do in physics, you would have drawn a parallelogram. It's called the parallelogram method. I'm telling you, figure it out first, and then make sure you land at that spot. So you get done. It better be 2 plus 6i. Over 2, up 6. So that's 4, 5, 6. And now what they want, you got if you don't draw these little parallelograms, it's going to take off points. So this is 2 plus 6i. The little dotted lines show that you did the parallelogram method, even though we kind of modified it. And that's the answer. Number 8, 5 out of 7. First off, get rid of the permutation. Let's choice 3. So 5 out of 7, so it has to be 7c5. Get rid of choice 4. So 7c5, 7c5. Its plate is 0.38, so 0.38s are in front. The 5 jumps up, so that is why it is choice 2. Composition of functions. Start in the back. So plug in 5 right here. 5 in that spot. So 2 times 5 squared plus 14. Brains or calculators, I don't care how you do it. Just make sure you can get the answer. 64. Now this is the one we're going to plug into the other one. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. So now it's log base 2 of 64. Now there's 2 ways to do it. You could go like this. One way, set it equal to x, base, exponent, answer. And you can just mess around with this if you could, and you get x equals 6. Or take the log of both sides. Okay, this is like worst case scenario. And this is what you type in. Now the other way is, if we go right back to the problem, like this, we do change of base formula. And what it says is take the log of the answer, the log of the top, divide by log of the base. And you punch that in, just like that. Close parentheses, so log 64, close, divide by log 2, enter, the answer is 6. So whichever way you do it, make sure you can get the answer 6. Number 10. Alright, this is what we got here? A division. So I gotta change it and flip it to multiply. So let's just set this up here. So this is a pretty big one here. So I take out a 3, and you get x squared minus 9. So this would be 3 times x plus 3, x minus 3. So just go through and factor all this. Just, flip this one. So now this one will go upstairs because we're going to flip it. And do the bottom one, that's easy. X minus 4, x minus 3. Now this is a tricky one. So if you forgot how to factor this, we use the method for this, where you multiply the front and back, you get negative 60. That's what breaks up to make 7, so 12 and 5. Sign in the middle goes to the bigger number. Divide by the lead coefficient with the x. And then read it upside down. Now once again, if it was too fast for you, then just back it up, watch it again, and try it again. So these are my factorings. So now I'm going to go through and start canceling. X minus 4, x minus 4, x minus 3, x minus 3. The 3x plus 5s. Now outside is fair game. So 3 goes into 6 2 times. So now we look to see what's left upstairs. Upstairs is just x plus 3. And downstairs is only a 2. Alright, so this is a find the value, and this is a change of base problem. So I need a base that will turn to a 4 and turn into an 8. And so, you go through your numbers. People want to say 4 because 4 times 2 is 8, but it's not times. We're doing powers. So the correct power would be, base would be 2. The correct base is 2. 2 squared is 4. And then we put the original exponent in parentheses. 2 cubed is 8. And then once the bottoms are the same base, all you care about is the tops. So I set the tops equal, then the exponents. Distribute. And then solve it. So I'll bring the b's over, so I got 7b. And you can do this all in one step. I'm just, it's like worst case. And you get some weird thing. I actually checked this when I did it originally. I just typed in and I stored as x 9/7. I used my calculator and I just checked it, and it all works. Number 12. All right, this is a good one. This is the regression. So we got to go to stat. So press the stat button and edit. And if you have stuff in your list, you want to clear it out, So I want to type in these numbers. So 1971. Now, it depends on what they type. Like if this was a power regression, I wouldn't be typing in these huge numbers. I would start like x is, 1970 would be zeros and one of those things. But for this, for a linear, it would actually work. It doesn't really matter. So 1980. So just punch these all in. Alright, so I have them all typed in, and so now I'm going to press stat. Hold on a second. And there was an error. So 32.1. 32.1. There we go. Okay, press stat, calc, linear regression, first one, number 4. And I'm going to tell it to use L1, L2. If you actually just hit enter, it would work for 1 and 2. But what happens is sometimes people delete a list, so you have to be able to modify it. And to show the work, I would write this all down. So A is really our slope, so negative 0.580087. And then it says, let's read the question, nearest hundredth, write the equation. So y equals negative 0.58, 2 decimal places, x, plus 1185.09. Now that's the equation I'm going to use. And it says, using the equation, how many people in 2009 to the nearest tenth? So 2009, so I'm going to plug in 2009 for x. Alright, now if this was one of those weird, like 1970 was, 0, well then 2000 would be 30 years, so it would be 39. I would use 30, different numbers, so just be whatever, scale you're using. So I'm going to just type this in, so negative 0.58 times 2009 plus 1185.09, and it comes out with 19.87. So actually, when I gave you that answer before, to the nearest tenth, it should be 19.9. 19.9 is the percentage. (13) 2 plus I, 2 minus I. These are roots. What's the value of C? This is based on, remember that sum and product formulas we've been using? If I find the sum, it's 4. Well, that's why it's negative 4 in the middle. So if I do the product, either brains or calculators, the product is 5. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus I squared. That's plus 1. That's 5. So this back number is a 5. And finally, number 14. They want us to put this together, right? It's called like Humpty Dumpty problems. Put it back together again. So C was in front. That means it's an exponent. So it's log v to the c. Plus means multiply. So it goes right there. So what would just be regular k would just be this part. So that's why it's choice 1. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope it helps. Practice. Study for your midterm. Thanks.